Good afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Mike the Muppet Modeler here, and as always before we get going I would like to say thank you very much to all my subscribers, both new and existing. Thank you very much for watching, taking the time out of your busy schedules, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. As you can see on the bench, this is the Panther G from RFM Models. This is my Christmas present number 4, and I couldn't be happier. Obviously I built the other Model G with the cutaway hull and turret, and ever since watching Andy's hobby headquarters when he built this one, I thought I'd like to do that. This one has the clear upper hull and turret as well, so but as you'll see that as we go. It says there clear turret upper hull parts, and it's a limited edition kit, 5016. Nice pictures on the side of the box. As you can see, clear parts so you can see right the way through, and on the turret as well, which is good. I think I'd paint some support struts down the sides, I think, on that, if it was me, but you can obviously just leave it wide open. So without any further ado, let's get in. Oh, by the way, on the other side of the box, 3 camo patterns. I like the one which is on the top of the box, the winter one. That looks quite smart. I also like that one as well. So we'll see how it goes. With not a lot of upper hull to see. Anyway, I don't know if there'll be much camo pattern on it anyway. It says here movable design for track links, suspension system, artillery and other components. Provides a set of 800mm steel road wheels which can be used for after April 1945. I'm actually going to do the 1945 version. Accurately reproduced and highly restored the interior and exterior structure, as well as details of the Panther G tank. It's not a toy. Unassembled kit, cement and paint not included, figures and canvas not included, for skilled modelers age 14 and above. Well, I shouldn't be doing it then, count me out. As you can see, the box is chock-a-block full of plastic again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sprues full of parts. Then you've got instruction book. There's a box which I would think might contain the clear parts, a bag of tracks and some other bits and bobs in the bottom. So let's go for it. If I can decide where I'm going to put it. I've got a little heater running, so that hopefully, guys, things won't mist up today. I can actually show you what I want to show you. So let's put that there. Let's get going. I'm going to try and zoom in a bit so you can see a bit better. Where has it got to be? Let's try that. I'll have to, I'll put a bit of tape there so I know where you need to be in shot before I get shot. There you go. Right, here we go with the looks like the lower hole. Again, not a bathtub style, you've got to put it together yourself. Very nice interior detail. I think those are the side above the upper hole support side parts. Obviously these bits are the sides. Your torsion bars and everything go through there. Front armour, and that'll either be the firewall, or I would think that is the firewall between obviously the main fighting compartment and the engine. Yeah, and the engine compartment. So hopefully you can see that. Nice detail. Nice raised detail on that. Really cool. One away. Next one looks like we've got in here ammo boxes, engine parts. Not seeing any flash or injector pin marks at the moment, or ejector pin marks should I say. Lovely engine detail, just what you'd expect. Is really nice. There's the ammo boxes in there. We've got the radio front and the rear part. I know this from making the other Panther G. All parts of the engine, hoses and bits and pieces. Couple of mantlets there. Different style. Obviously the later one with the extra armour, stop rounds going in underneath the turret or underneath the gun. All very nice, lovely detail on that. Absolutely superb. Can't help it, I do love Riffield model kits. They are so intricate. I love the detail. Sprue J, drive sprocket. And the looks of it, if I can actually find it, there it is. It was hiding from me. There we go, all parts of the drive from the gearbox. Obviously these bits, the drive sprockets go over the top of there. Two different types of machine gun ball, although they do look the same. Ends for the tow cables as part of the jack. Bits of machine gun, there's more tools. A jerry can with a long piece sticking out of it there. Tow hooks, lights, or the front and back of the light. Lots of other turret parts, I would think, or upper hull parts. All very nice detail. No flash, no flash or anything on them. Nothing to really clean up. Obviously just the bits that you cut away. This is the only thing that annoys me a little bit, is you get these little knobbly bits on the ends, but they're not actually on the end. They actually go into the part, so you've got to cut them off that way and then cut them across that way, or scrape the bits off. It's a bit of a pain in the butt really when the parts are so tiny. If they were just on the top, like this bit here, if you can see that, this bit, it doesn't just attach to the side of the piece, it attaches to the underside of the piece, so you've got to cut that away as well, scrape it away. Oh, little tiny ejector pin marks in there and in there. So they're going to have to be dealt with, I would think. Other than that, it looks really nice. I know it's just me being picky, but when the parts are so tiny, cutting them on, and obviously you've cut the bit off the screw, it just makes it difficult to get that extra little bit off. Then we've got in this kit, in this part, we've got 2 sprues exactly the same by the looks of it, with the road wheels and the torsion bars. Drive sprockets. Oh, there's a bit broken off. One of I don't know what that bit is. Cog for something or other. There we go. Obviously your road wheels, drive sprockets, all very nice. Torsion bars, exhaust, armour, covers. More of his suspension arms and the torsion bars attached. Very nice detail. No, can't see any flash or anything on that one, so very nice. That part is C10 that's come off of there. I think I'm going to end up doing, when I do these kits with the interiors, I think I'll end up probably doing the smaller builds in between, taking breaks from now and again, just to have a bit of a change up. And when I go, hopefully go to Bovington again in February, I'll have a little bit more room to put some more into the stash. Right, here we go. Parts of the gearbox. I would think. That's the interior of the drive sprocket and gearbox, front drive axle, whatever. Drive shafts. All parts of the gearbox. Loads and loads of tiny pieces, levers and whatnot. There's another example there on this piece here, if you can see it. They're attached to the back of the piece. These two bits have got to be cut off and they're attached to the back of the piece. So you have to cut them off sideways and then across the flat at the bottom. This makes it a little bit more work, and it's quite a lot more fiddly, but other than that, it's not too bad. Again, no flash or anything to be seen, so all good. Not that I'd expect to see any flash on anything, really, to be honest. Wide field kits are pretty good for that. Here we've got turret parts. Got to be so careful with this, there's so many little bits. Don't want to take it apart and knock a load of bits off the sprue or anything. Right, lower part of the turret ring, 2 gun mantlets. Don't know if that seam line is meant to be across there or not. It doesn't show it on there. That's the inside of the gun mantlet. Commander's cupola there. Breech, gun breech, the main gun. Got a machine gun there. I think that might be part of the barrel. Turret ring. Cupola ring. This part here is for the machine gun on top of the commander's cupola. And we've got loads and loads of handles, and there's the muzzle brake as well. Yes, so very nice, guys. Very, very nice. Loads more handles and bits and pieces for the interior of the turret and exterior. I know this bit's for the interior. Very nice detail. I think there's probably, I don't think there's as many parts in this one. I think it's well over 1,000. Well over 1,000. Sorry guys, shaking me about a bit. It's going to be somewhere between 1,200 and 1,600 parts, maybe, I would think, something like that. Two rear firewalls for this part. Nice detail. 2 fans, ammo racks, fuel tanks. One of the support members inside the tank, turret floor, or the tank floor should I say. 2 side firewalls for the engine compartment. Looks like radiators there. Let's go either side of the fans. Very nice. Ejector pin marks on one side, so those will have to be dealt with before it's put together. And that one there and that one on that one, they're quite deep as well, so they'll have to be sorted out, filled and sanded. Not ideal, but what can you do? Other than that, very nice. Extremely nice. If there's a bit of a break in the video, guys, I apologise. The battery on the camcorder ran out. I don't know why it ran out. Well, obviously it was running low, but I've only done one other video on that with that battery, so I wouldn't have thought it would have run out yet, but it did. Such is life. This is what we have to deal with. Then we've got ammunition, a couple of road wheels, and track pins, I'm quite chuffed, guys, as well. I've just pretty much finished, all by a little bit of weathering. I finished the C47 as well today, this morning. Just got to put on an aerial and do a little bit of weathering, and then I'm calling it done until I get my Christmas presents and I can get into doing the other bits for the diorama. So next video will be the start of the build of the Takom King Tiger. We've got a track jig, so all your track pins there, a couple of, I think that might be the idler wheel, a couple of road steel wheels there, I think, steel road wheels, loads of ammunition. Obviously there's two sprues exactly the same, so there are loads of bits of ammunition to put in. Fan, I think that's one of the parts for the top of the engine. Absolutely lovely. Lovely part. Oh, that's your idler wheel there, you make it up. Individual parts. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. Watch me mess this up. Whoa, wind's getting up outside. Don't mind that as long as it's not raining. Can't help a bit of wind. Well, I can't anyway, normally. My missus does moan. There we have, we've got the turret basket floor. This is all parts for the turret basket. All your traverse mechanism and pedals and bits and pieces. Excuse me. All really nice detail. Absolutely beautiful. If you can see that. Really, really nice. Oh, guys, I probably won't be posting anything over this weekend coming. My other half's away for the weekend with her sisters, so I'll be looking after kids. So it'll be a Saturday and Sunday break from doing anything, and then we'll get back at it next week with the Tiger 2. Oh, there we go, upper hull, 2 different types of engine deck. Got the boxes for the back, for the rear of the tank, hatches, grills for different types, for the over the fans, nice fan there, integrated. There's the fenders or mud guards. Really, 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 really nice detail. All the tiny bolts going all the way around. Absolutely lovely. Can't fault it. Can't fault it at all. At the moment anyway. Wait till we get to building. And I'm moaning because of tiny bits pinged out of the tweezers and got lost somewhere. Right, nice bag of track links. In 2's, got the guide horns already on them, which is really nice. Nice detail as well. Will be nice and easy to put together with those pins. Nice load of those, as you can see. Right, we've got some polycaps, some rubber rims for the road wheels, got some copper wire, some aluminium wire, and a spring for the springs for the barrel, so you can have the recoil. Let's see what else we got. If I can get hold of it. 2 parts of photo etch, or 2 frets of photo etch. These are the supports for the main floor of the tank. There's a sight for the machine gun, and another sight for the machine gun, for another machine gun. Then you've got your engine grills and loads of little straps and things to make up. Very nice. And we've got the decal sheet. Not many for the actual tank, most of this is for the ammunition. All of this, one red cross there for the first aid kit. I won't take it out and show you, just leave it in there. This you really want to see it? Oh. Go on then, you talk me into it. Let's see. Nice detail sheet, loads and loads and loads of decals for the ammo there, because obviously there's loads of ammo. I think every piece of ammo, if I remember rightly from doing the other Panther G, each one had about, I think it was either 3 or 5 decals on it, which obviously is a lot of work when they're so tiny. Then we have this box, nice artwork on the box, and then if you turn it over, you got the winter one, 1945. That's the one that I'd do, although I do like that 1944. And in the box we have clear part sprue. Again, I wasn't going to take this out, but it's better to show, I think. Hopefully I don't break anything off or scratch anything. There we go. Look at that. Lovely clear parts. Apart from, looks like ejector pin rings there on the upper hole. So I might end up having to spray around that and frame it, same as the back here. There's 2 small ejector pin marks there. Front armour, it's got a big scratch or a break. It's a big scratch on there. Other than that, that is crystal clear. And that turret detail is lovely. It does have a line goes up through there and down there, but there's a scratch there too. Can't feel anything, but it's there. Other than that, really nice. Sure, it's nothing I can't work around. All your periscope parts there. Round part for the light, a couple more periscope parts. There's the clear upper hole part, goes in there with your hatches. That's all very nice. Well, nicely boxed. I like that. The fact that it's in its own little box, in the box, stop the clear parts getting damaged in any way. Apart from the ejector pin marks on the upper hole inside, I think that looks really nice. Slide that back in there. Then we have that way. Alright, then we have this same assembly icons and the warning. Then first page is camo. It's got a box on the back with a bit of canvas. Gun in the stowed position, and the sprue call outs for 2 pages with the decals and photo etch and everything. Then it goes into the gun. Then you make a choice. You can either have the spring or not. But if you choose to assemble the spring, it can be simulated, the gun automatic double action. If you choose to assemble using part 35, it can completely restore the gun structure. So either use the spring or you use the solid part. Then on this bottom part there's a little piece. You have it in the locked or unlocked position. And there's a part there if you want to have it, the breech open, you need to cut that away. If you choose to assemble part A35, which is the spring, you've got to cut that red bit off. Again, all parts fitting the gun together. Do not install parts Y39 and Y81 if you choose to assemble as a movable status. So if you're having the gun movable, don't use the basket. But I think the basket part looks really smart, so I think I would choose to do it, use it. Gun mantlet, putting the gun together, fitting the actual barrel through the mantlet. Then it says here, this is the turret, inside of the turret and the external part of the turret for you to make if you're doing the 1945 position production model. And it gives you two different breather hatches, I suppose they are, something like that. That's the 1944 version. There's a lot less detail, I think, and you need to cut loads off. Again, machine gun and the cupola. This is the makeup for the 1945 version. Then you've got this part here. This is the 1944 version, but I'm going to do the 45, I think. Step 6 is putting the cupola to the turret, the upper part of the turret, making and fitting the rear hatch door. There's tiny nuts and bolts on the end of the sprue to cut off and put on there because it's not all moulded in as one piece. Then this is if you use this if you want it closed, use this if you want it open. Internal part of the turret with the gun fitted as well, that shows. That says set up the gun to be pitched, locking, set down. The gun can be pitched unlocked. So you've got to decide what you want to do with that one. 45 production. So basically everything for 1944 is in green, so I'll just stick to the black. More internal parts of the turret. More turret assembly parts, I think they're for going on the side wall of the turret. No, they're for the bottom of the turret basket, which it shows there. You can cut this piece off if you like, have it hinged or have it off. Bits of metal cable to be bent into these shapes and to go in and around the mechanism in the turret. Basket floor, seating going in, some more drives and traversing wheels and whatnot. Turret ring, turret base. So this will all be painted. This will all be painted. The turret ring will be painted. It'll only be the actual, or most of the actual turret itself that won't. But it all looks really nice, really intricate, loads of detail, which I like. More metal cables to do. Don't actually give you a guide on this one though. When I made the other one, you've got two very fine photo etch pieces that dangle down there, glued to the top, and right on the very end it just glues on the very tip, and they kept on breaking off. They're a pain in the butt, they were, kept on coming away. Then we've got a gun mantlet fit into the turret, and it shows you here how the hoses should fit together. And that's 1944 production anyway. Hatches for the driver and the radio operator compartment. The extra armour going on the front, which would be another clear part. 44 production, 45 production. And we've got machine gun build up, rangefinder sights and everything there. Radio, machine gun, which you've already made up there, fits into the hole this side obviously. Periscope, all loads of detail, very nice. Got your gun holder, have it open or closed, or stood up or led down, it's entirely up to you. 1944 production use only for those two parts. Then we got engine deck, fans and the fan grills to go on the top. More fans and fan grills, vents. Then you've got stowage for the side of the tank. You've got your tools and your tool holders. Then you've got some extra bits of track, some fit with photo etch parts and clips and rods or bolts that hold it into place, and then that fits along the side of the tank, the bottom part. Then you've got all your other bits and pieces to go on. More clips. And this one at the bottom you can either have vertical or horizontal. And you're onto the sides of the tank. It says here for positioning use only. The front and rear. Then you put the sides on and put the side supports, if you like, on. Then you've got your torsion bars going in and your metal supports for the bottom of the tank floor. There you go. These are all pieces of photo etch. Well, apart from that bit there, all this is photo etch. And there's your other torsion bars going in. Shows the orientation of your suspension arms. Then it tells you here if you're using certain road wheels, then you need to have the torsion bar set in a certain position, and cut away the little red part on the torsion bar if you choose to install the movable suspension. So you can either have it movable or not. As mine's going to be a static model, I probably wouldn't. That's all your photo etch, or more photo etch, should I say. And there's how it looks. All this in red is all photo etch, and it's a pain in the arse. Excuse my French. All parts for the interior of the tank. Some ammunition. And it shows you the decals that you need to put on. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. There's three decals for each. It's all part of the drive. All parts for the inside of the floor. Driver's seat. Shock absorbers, a box, and maybe a seat or a tray of some sort. More weaponry, more ammunition rather, not weaponry, idiot. More ammunition and storage, and there as well. Some are triangular in shape, some are square. Again, more ammunition storage, and more, and more, and then it shows you where they have to go. There's so many parts to making these storage boxes. Well, there's 3 parts there. Then you can either have a closed lid or an open lid. It's up to you. Obviously, if you have the open lid, then you have ammunition to go in the box, and they stick out the top. But if you don't want the ammunition in the box, you can have the closed lid. On some I might do that. Then you could always have a diorama of a tank crew loading more ammunition into the tank, I suppose. Here's all part of your pedals for the driver, levers and such. That's the makeup there. Side parts of the gearbox for your your main drive. Here's your gearbox makeup. All your driver's pedals and levers and whatnot. Then fitting it in, part of your drive shaft, and some wiring, if you can see that, some wiring you need to do in there to come off of, where's that door go? It's behind the seats, isn't it? So probably off of the back of here. I would think. Then you've got the tank floor, which has to go over your ammunition boxes, as you can see there in this diagram. But those 4 bits are ammunition boxes. There's some ammunition led across the bottom there as well. More photo etch parts, and that includes the first aid kit, as you can see there. Some more cabling, pipe work, fitting the side ammunition racks in, and the support beam across the tank. This is the interior firewall, for use with a heater, for use without a heater, and then fitting that in. Got the rear part of the drive shaft, which links to the engine itself. Side bulkheads, which go in there to section off the fuel tanks from the engine. And then you've got the engine build itself, which when it's built, it does look the nuts. It really does. It is awesome. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. And there we go. There's all the engine parts with some added wiring. More parts to come off the engine. Then you've got your fans and your vents. Fuel tanks. I think that must be the oil drum or oil filling tank. More cabling to go on. And we've got the external rear end of the tank, the back plate, if you like, or the back bulkhead. The makeup of the exhaust. You can have your exhaust done like this. You can have them done with those parts, or you can have the rounded parts, or you can have squared off parts. The choice is yours. Stowage boxes for the rear, and your exhaust going on, your jack and clips for other bits and pieces. (1944) production only. That's all for that, so I don't need to look into that. Fitting the rear of the tank on, and the gear system for the drive sprocket, although can't see any of that, but it goes in. Obviously that's for 1944 as well. Then it's making up the road wheels, fitting the road wheels and the drive sprockets, the idler wheel depending on which version you're having, 44 or 45. And you do the tow cables, go round either side in two ways. Have a little kink and it go round. Then it's onto the tracks. 87 pieces for each side it says, so 174 track links, which is nice work. And then there's little pieces to go on the outsides, so that'd be nice. You can even do it with it pinching the track together, so maybe a team of people, team of soldiers maybe, replaced a bit of track, something like that. Then you've got the turret to fit on, two front fenders and the light, and it shows you basically the 1945 camo pattern, which, like I say, pretty much really won't be able to use any of those. So, and the ambush pattern. Then we get, that's your turret floor, the bottom of the turret and the turret basket below, and the gun colours for all the bits inside, your colour list for everything, and again your numbers are for all the colours that are in the tank. So there you go guys, and there's obviously there's your engine makeup, your engine, your fans and your gearbox and everything there. So there you go guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video for the start of the Tack On Tiger 2. Bye for now.